Leave this here. I start getting things set up because right now I have to set up my why is this slip down? I don't need this slip down. Set up a few things, and because I'm just now getting up, actually I've been up for a while, but just now getting a few things ready. We're gonna do that unboxing today too, because I was kind of tired last night and I really didn't get a chance to set up the other projector, so I didn't get around to it. All right, first things first. My name is Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology gain. Today we're going to be doing a paint on demonstration. Keep in mind, as I told you before, this stuff is meant to be sprayed on because I don't have my paint sprayer yet. I ordered another one. One got lost. I had a problem with stuff getting lost. One got lost. It'll pop up eventually like the lamp did, but one got lost. So I ordered another one, and that should be on its way shortly. Unfortunately, it will be here probably on the 19th, and the screen we're going to be painting it on, the leaf screen, will be here on the 18th, because I want to paint this on a much bigger screen. We're going to put that upstairs in that environment because I have no place else down here to put another screen. And I'm definitely not sticking in the basement because the basement is my workshop, and that's why I had to pull my projectors from downstairs upstairs because I was wrecking my projectors. All right, so let me go get something for the floor here. Also, too, I'm going to be showing up the gallon sizes because we're going to start shipping things out in the gallons. We used to ship them out in 4 quarts. We're going to start doing them in gallons. I got some new boxes today. We're going to start shipping out gallons again. Let me get something for the floor over here because I don't want to mess up my floor. So, you know, I tell people that, look, you know, every day you pop on here, you're going to see something different. I'm always doing something. I got like 8 or 9 projects in my head that I really got to get to that, like I said, keeps the ball rolling. I have an acoustic screen I'm supposed to be building, I'm working on. There's a mesh outdoor screen I'm working on. And then there's a DJ screen I'm still working on. I forgot about that stuff. I'm still working on it. So there's a lot of stuff. You know, you pop on a channel, you learn some new stuff, you learn how to build some new stuff. You know, get a chance to see some projectors that you might have saw on eBay that you thought, I don't know if I want to buy this or not, and I bought it. You know what I mean? How to install lamps, all that good stuff. I got to put the other lamp in the Chrissy today, so we're going to be doing that today also too. So let me figure out what I'm doing with a few things. I'm trying to find a few things here. When I get up in the morning, it's always a rat race here in my environment because at night, I think we all do it, we get up and we just throw things all over the place. And apparently that's what I did last night. Eating in bed and everything else. Time for me to shave my head and get ready. I'm looking like a caveman. So I told you before that anytime you do, like, if you look at my screen here, if you notice, there's no streak marks, nothing. It's a smooth surface. This is the way it's supposed to look. So I tell people, do not paint your screen with foam rollers. Foam rollers will streak the daylights out of a screen. Foam rollers were designed for stains, like primer, stuff like that, polyurethane, stuff like that. Not paint, not paint. You would jack your screen up if you basically, especially this stuff right here, if you want to use a foam roller. You want to stay with traditional 9-inch nap roller. That's all you need. It doesn't have to be anything expensive or none of that. I buy my nap rollers from Dollar Tree. You know, it doesn't have to be expensive at all. You don't have to worry about, it's the product that streaks the screen. It's not or the roller will do it too, depending on which one you're using it. So that is true. But anyway, now if you're painting this on plexiglass or whatever, I would advise you to spray plexiglass. You know, I mean, you can roll it if you want. I've rolled a few plexiglass screens before, but if it's a large application, like a large screen, like a 4x8, I would spray it. I really would. Now the screen, unfortunately, it's not unfortunately, but can't say unfortunately. This stuff was designed people saying, well, why don't you make it a roll-on? If we make it a roll-on, that means we have to add a chemical in it to dense it, which means we have to thicken it. This does not work well on rear projection. That technology was never developed for front projection. It was only developed for rear. But in the middle of a demonstration, I decided to paint across a rear screen that was only designed for rear viewing. And it came out looking great. So now it's a front and rear screen paint. So it requires a paint sprayer. Some things require certain things, you know. But it's not hard using a paint sprayer. Go get a Wagner 150. I just ordered one. Very easy paint sprayer to use. It's the equivalent of using an aerosol can. You know, it doesn't have all the little dials on it, so you get the painter for this, that, and the other. You start talking about the 580 and 590, and things gonna get complicated for you. All right, so we got everything set up here. We got our projector set up. This is the projector we're going to use. We're going to use the 1000 lumen projector. There's no point in grabbing any of the big boys for this one. We always start off with the low lumen projectors from there, because that gets, you know, people have to know. Well, actually, the only change in this technology, as I told you before, we did one change. We altered the color, because I didn't want to make it easy for people who would just come on and say, hey, look, I can, I have this product right here, and this is what it is. By just basically just mixing a little gray and whatever together and try to make our product. So we altered it to this. Good luck figuring that one out. That's going to be a freaking rat race for you. On top of that, when you hit with a light, it actually does something really interesting. But we're going to leave that a secret until actually somebody does it, and then we'll show it off. All right, let's grab. Why I got stuff always on the floor? I always got something like this on the floor waiting for me to step on it, for me to prick the daylights out of myself. Let's get this started. So also too, you know, you can wash out your rollers. People don't believe that, but you can wash your rollers out. I recycle rollers quite a few times, you know. You wash them out and they're easy, nice and clean. And it look kind of bad right there, but you know what I'm talking about. But you can wash your rollers out. You know, it's not gonna cross-contaminate your screen. And let me throw mild soap, that's all. Let me grab me something to roll this on with. Now, the only instructions I will give you with this, simple and plain, shake well. That's all. Just shake well. You want to have a look at it? Let's have a look at it. Come over here. I'll show you. Let's come over to the table. We'll pour it in. Make sure I'm not messing up my countertop. That's why I do that, because so I don't want to mess my countertop up. I said that's not going to look what I think it's going to look like. Be patient. You're going to see something very interesting today. It still can have the title black and silver. Silver and black, or whatever we call it. All right, so let's grab this nap roller. Let me get you guys set up so you can be pointed in this direction so you can see what I'm doing over here. So let me grab, see if we got something here that I can lean against my, I got to order, I completely forgot to order that, that stand I need, the one that bends back and forth. I keep forgetting to order that. All right, there we go. All right, make sure I'm all fixed up well, because I don't want to be showing anything when I'm bending over like last time. Now, okay, now look at this right here. Now, I've explained this to people. You know, you see this on the back of the screen? Usually, on a screen this size, you don't usually have a bar in the back of it, but anything from 100 inches and up requires that bar in the back, because that keeps your screen from actually bending in like a U. All fixed frame screens have this regardless of whatever size it is. So this is the bar that will cause the imprint in the middle of your screen. So how you fix this problem is very easy. That's why when I showed you my big black screen over there, you saw no imprint in the middle of the screen. So what you do is you take a piece of material. It can be a towel, bed sheet, doesn't make a difference. You can fold it twice, just like this. I use a scarf. I just go buy a scarf, that's it. And what you want to do is you want to put that in between the bar and the screen. It's not going to disrupt because your screen sticks out a little bit. It's not going to bother it at all. That's what you do. Put that right down there in between the screen. And what that does, it pads the bar. So when you paint over that, you don't leave an imprint permanent, like an imprint stuck in the middle of your screen because your roller left the imprint from the bar. Now, it's the same thing I explain to people when you're building a fixed frame screen. Some of them I staple. Now, right here, I'm going to shift my camera a little bit so you can see this. This screen is stapled together. You can staple a screen together. Yep, you can build a screen off nothing but staples. It can be done. I've done up to an 80-inch. That's the biggest I've done, all staples only. But if you're doing your own, building your own screen, I advise you do not put your brackets in the front. Some people will put the brackets. I've done it before myself. I'm guilty of charge of doing it. But they'll put the brackets in the front like so. And what happens is when you pull your material over, you're going to leave an imprint there. See how there's no imprint there at all? There's no imprint there because there's no brackets on this side of the screen. So what you do is when you build your screen, you want to use elbow brackets on the other side. Don't put any brackets here, nothing here, because when you pull that material over, you're going to have an imprint of your screws, an imprint of the lining of the bracket. All that's going to stick out, and that's going to push right through your screen. It's going to leave an imprint there and there. So how you fix that problem is you just get yourself some elbow brackets, and you put them here in the corner to reinforce the frame. Every corner, blah, 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 all the way across. And then you put your brackets on the opposite side out. And then on the other side, you just drop in some long staples. That's it. Drop in your long staples, you're done. That's it. Then you go in and you stretch your material over and you won't have that imprint. But that's another way of doing it, if you want to do it that way. It's all different ways you can go about building your screen. Now, anytime you're doing a rear projection screen, some of you don't want to spend the money for plexiglass. Plexiglass is really expensive now because now they're using it for shields. For sneeze guards and stuff like that. So another way you can build yourself a rear projection screen that won't break the bank for you. Go out and get yourself some of that clear plastic tarp that they use. They put them for restaurants, for outdoor restaurants. They have also too a form of I think it's 30 mil plastic that they use for tabletops. You know, the big plastic tabletops that you see over your grandmother's house that she puts over top of the table to keep anybody from damaging the woodwork on the table. You can use that too. It's a form of invisible blackout cloth material. That's pretty much what it is. And you could stretch that over frame, staple it down. I've done a few of those and coat it with the technology and use it for rear projection. So it's cheaper than plexiglass, and the shipping cost is a lot cheaper. And you get a lot more in a roll. You get something like, sometimes it'll be something like 5 feet by 20 feet. So you get a lot in a roll, like 60, 70 bucks. When you can actually, for a sheet of plexiglass, depending where you go, like if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, you're talking about maybe 200 bucks. And then keep in mind, this is a very heavy sheet of plexiglass. I did one already from Lowe's, or I think it was Lowe's, no, Home Depot, and I had to rent a U-Haul truck to transport it to the house because it's probably about that thick. So I had to use a U-Haul truck to transport it. So it cost me a bit, and then once I did get it here, it took 2 people to hang it because it was a heavy piece of plexiglass. All right, so I'm going to throw that out like that from the side. Lay that down, and you will have a little bump from the material in the middle, but that's not going to affect the screen. It just all goes back to normal because I did it on this one right here. See that right here? See how it's nice and smooth from side to side? That's how you want it. See, nice and smooth from side to side. That's how you want it. All right, sun's coming out today. That's good because that means I can finally finish my trailer because I couldn't do the trailer. The trailer had to replace the one I have. The one I have on my site is for the 8s, and I have to replace that with a 12. So I have to do a paint-on demonstration for that one. I already built the screen and everything. All right, so let's begin. Shake it up once again. Yeah! And let's pour this out and look how pretty it is. It is very pretty. Very, very pretty. Now, like I said, this is meant to be sprayed on. We're just doing this for the demonstration. It was meant to be sprayed onto a surface. Very easy to do, but I said don't roll it. But I'm doing this just for the demonstration. The reason why you don't roll it is because you run the risk of getting very heavy streak marks in your screen. But I'm just rolling it. Now, for some of you may be thinking, well, what if I use a gnat roller? No, if I use a foam roller, can I do this? No. I just said, do not roll the screen. Be surprised how many people I'll sit there and tell, don't roll the screen, and they'll try to come up with an excuse like, well, maybe if I use, I just said, don't freaking roll the screen. And then they jack it up, and they'll contact me and says, well, something went wrong with it. Nothing went wrong with it. Told you not to roll the screen. I do. Interesting how, you know, I still have people out there that want to sit there and say, oh, it's a hoax. Oh, it's not real. Oh, this, that, and the other. It's a live demonstration. Good gracious. Are you kidding me? Literally? I'm seriously, I believe these are people that you can sit there and say, hey, look, the sky is blue. And they will argue you to sun up to sundown that the sky is orange. So, I don't know. I got some hidden X-Men powers. I got something going on. And if I can do that, man, I can manipulate time and reality. I've got some serious powers going on. I shouldn't even be doing this. I should be ruling the world about right now. If I got that kind of power to do that, woo, man, are you talking about that? But I still get people saying, oh no, it's smoke and mirrors. Whew, okay. All right. There's people who think that, please stop storing your turpentine in the refrigerator. You're mistaking it for milk. Oh my goodness. But anyway, very easy. Like I said, don't use it. Better with a paint sprayer. Do not use a roller because you will streak the screen, because this stuff is like milk. It's like milk. Like I said, it's designed for front and rear. All right, there we go. Now, as you notice, when you looked at the chemical when I first showed you, it looks like a kind of a reddish kind of look to it, weird kind of color to it. But when it is applied, it comes on gray. When I say figure that out, it's not for you to figure it out. It's for the naysayers who are constantly saying, well, you know, this, that, and the other. Figure it out. How is something one color turns out to be another color? We do that all the time. We did it with the 9. People first saw the 9. They thought the 9s were black when they first saw them. They swore they were black. So I took that screen and laid it against a black screen. They were like, what the freak is black? So anyway, like I said, you want to use a paint sprayer. Once the Wagner gets in, I ordered about 4 sheets of plexiglass. So we're going to do a spray-on demonstration for rear projection with this technology. That's going to be fun. I love doing freaking spray-on demonstrations on that. Now keep in mind with spray-on, when you do the for rear projection, the more applications you add, the darker it gets. I say I would stop at somewhere around 2 applications. Spray it on the first time, not a heavy spray, light spray, just coating it. That's all you want to do. You want to basically get the material, you want to get the formula to marry the surface. So it's a light coating, all right? Let that dry. It only takes about a couple of hours, say about 5 or 10 minutes to dry with a fan. Then you a little heavier. I'll do a demonstration showing you how to do it. Very easy to do. Very easy to do. So there it is right there. Voila! Let's go set it up with the projector. Since we're done here, let me go grab something to put over the top of this because I want to mess this up. It's nice and dry. So how's everybody doing today? I hope fine. We're all doing fine today. Getting up in the morning, getting things done. Man, yesterday I was so tired, man. I just got finished painting in the ceiling. Oh, the ceiling is freaking amazing. Oh, I love the ceiling. I love it so much. I love it so much. It's got me rethinking on how I might be buying my next house. Because the first house I was looking at, the ceilings were freaking huge. And like, I would never, ever be able to get up there and paint that ceiling. All right, so just getting this set up over here. So I want a painted ceiling in my other house. I definitely have to have one in there. And interesting, I told you that I'm purchasing this house for a friend. She saw the demonstration. She said, "Oh, please don't get rid of the screen. Keep it in there." So she wants the screen up in here. But look how the screen turned out. This is why I use that frog teeth. See that laser cut edge all the way across? See how perfect that looks? There you go. That's why I like using the frog tape, that laser cut edge right there. All right, so let's get set up over here. So we'll get the projector screen set up. We'll take it over here. Still wet. Take out the material on the back of the screen. Bring it over here. set it up over here. Got the plastic down because I really don't feel like jacking up my floors. All right. Told you, it's gray. It's kind of, some people find it kind of strange that when they look at it, like, how in the world is it that color? But it's that color. Well, I kind of figured out little new tricks along the way on how to mask our technology so other people couldn't mimic it. It's kind of like signing a signature within a painting. So I want to make sure something here real quick. I'm just looking at it real quick. All right, so make sure, yeah, okay, we're good. Make sure we have no runoffs. That's why I don't like to use the electrochemical. And keep in mind, when you're spraying it, because this stuff is like milk, spray the screen flat. I gotta put instructions in for you guys. I'm gonna have to. There's no way you're gonna remember half this stuff. It's really easy to do. It's just that it's a spray on, it's like a milk. It's not like a paint. The paint we make is so thick when we design this stuff that I painted this entire ceiling right here without covering anything up. Because the paint was so thick, it was stuck on the roller, and it was easy for me to paint the screen or the ceiling. But this stuff is like milk. So, you know, I'll have to put a few tutorial videos in there. It's very easy to do. I just have to put a few in there, that's all. And I'll put a video in there how to clean the paint sprayer out too, if you get the Wagner's or any other sprayer. I wouldn't get the one with the airbrushing the screen would look pretty nice when I thought about that a few minutes ago. All right, let me power up the projector because I'm chatting away here. All right. And let me shut my windows in the back because I get a breeze. Last time I knew something hit this screen and knocked it right over while it's still wet. Like I said, it's only a color alter change, that's all. Basically about it, it still has the same technology as I did the demonstration against all the other different high performance screens. It can easily take those out with no problem whatsoever. Just change the altered it just a little bit, so gotta change the focus on here, baby. I just call y'all baby. Oh my bad. My fault. I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to say that. All right, there we go. There we are. So we're on a Sony 1000 lumen 720p projector SVGA. Screen is still wet. Let's move all this stuff over here. Get some room over here. Oh, I can't wait to spray my new screen. This is going to look amazing on my new screen. Let me see the focus a little better. All right. Got 1000 lumens set up. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Okay, let's pull the video up. I think my mouse just turned off. All right, keyboard. No internet. Oh, shoot, my fault. I forgot to plug in internet for the computer back here. Sorry about that, people. Got to grab my network cables. With that 100-foot cable, I forgot to plug it in. Give me a minute. There we go. Got to run the cable through. So we should be hooking up in a few minutes. There we go. Forgot to run the cable through to the back. Let's see if we can get our hands on something real nice. There you go. Let's have a close-up look to see how beautiful the color looks. But that's easy because any gray screen can pull bright colors, right? Come on, Ken. Didn't we do this demonstration already? Let's go over, let's see. Well, first things first, I need to fix this so I can see my screen a little better. Start the demonstration. Let's go over to pull up our contrast levels. Same thing, it does the exact same thing as the other technology we displayed. It's just the only difference is we changed the color code so it would make it virtually impossible to mimic. And this is only on 1,000 lumens. Okie dokie. Let's see what else we got here we can play around with. Wait, was that demonstration or something? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my screen this way so I can get access to my whole entire screen, because it's kind of hard to do that, especially when you're when half of your screen is cut off. So let's come over here and bring it down some. Alright. Bring it down a little bit more. There we go. We'll bring it back some. I don't want it too close to the screen. We got to bring it back. There we go. There we go, that's better. Now I'm a happy camper. Alright. Apparently we are still smacking the floor because I can see the reflection coming off. So let me see what we can do here to get rid of that a little bit. Well, we don't need the plastic bag anymore because the screen's already dry. This stuff doesn't take long to dry. It's practically almost dry. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, let's see what we gotta do here. I'm gonna bring in some contrast. That's what I guess we're in full screen mode. That's why we're still here. Let's come out of here, and let's see if we can bring in. All right, bring in some OLED. Okay. That's better. And there you go. That screen yesterday just beat Paxson. I'll show you the demonstration I posted at the bottom. Did a demonstration, that screen beat 5 top screens in one hit. So it's actually already beating at, pretty much it launches next week. So I've already got demonstrations backing up the screen's ability to be able to beat top performance screens. There's no screen paint mixer that could stand side by side to this technology, because it would have to do the exact same demonstration when we actually blew out all those screens at the same hit. We're not done yet. Still got to go outside. It's not an ambient light rejection demonstration here because the lights are on. This is normal for us. This is just a normal environment for us. For other people, they consider this to be the ambient light rejection demonstration. No, 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 no. You got to be outside to do those demonstrations over here. Just because you put a little bit of lights on your environment, you think that's an ambient light rejection test? No, you got to be out there to do it. That's what you got to be out there. That's the element you want to be in. You got to make it hard. Because I know if my screen can walk out there in that environment with no problem, in here it's a cakewalk. Black screens, black technology we developed, the 9 technology we developed, that platinum eclipse, that technology was tested outside when it came to ambient light. That's why the screens produce images in well-lit environments with no problem. So this technology helps because I'll tell you why. Not saying all customers, but some of the customers may have a problem with a black screen, even though the screens produce amazing bright levels. To them, they're still stuck with the traditional grays. The problem with traditional grays is the fact that they can't pull contrast, and the images, color, all that stuff washes out and fades. You have to be in dark environments in order to use them. With this technology, you don't have to be in a dark environment, and on top of that, it gives that comfort zone that you can use it with a lower projector, because some people still have that concept stuck in their mind that the lighter the screen, the better that it's going to work on their lumens. We've done black screens outside 12 feet back in the afternoon, and we're able to pull images with no problem at all, but you can't convince some people. So it's better to basically just go another level up and just design something that will work on their level. That would give me that comfort zone there. But not only, and some people saying, well, I guess what you have here is just, hold on for a minute, I'm just doing something real quick. I have people saying, well, then this is just a great, no, it's not your everyday gray screen. It's rear technology. So you can't take any other mix out there and go, oh, guess what? I'm going to paint this and make this front. And then the next day I'm going to paint on plexiglass and make it rear. Can't do that. This technology does that. And like I said, to prove the technology's worth and capability, you have to test it against certified screens. Something that basically that has a bigger name than you, like the Leap screen or the DMP Supernova, Seymour AV, Seymour AV. You have to test it against that. Can't do your own mix next to your own mix. It don't work that way. So I can have a customer right now come and say, hey, what's the difference between this technology and my Black Diamond? You got customers that can afford $5,000 projection screens. What's the difference between this and the Dark Star 9 or whatever, so and so and so? We pull those demonstrations. Look, we did this demonstration already, so and so and so and so. Well, my projector is only 1,500 lumens, you know. They can't relate to some people because they're using 4,000, 5,000 lumen projectors. I can pull the demonstration. Look, we did this on the Sony 1,000 lumen projector, 900 lumen projector, 800 lumen projector. That's why those demonstrations are important. How good is the ambient light? Because I have a lot of ambient light in my environment. When you pretty much design an environment to make your projector look good, you're not considering the fact that other people have other environments that may be brighter than yours. So you have to look at that. That's why we do these demonstrations outside, because there's more light outside than there is in your house, like I said, on a cloudy day. So once we show that demonstration, that screen producing an image outside on 1,000 lumens, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm good. Goodbye. Because we can back it up. All right, that screen is dry already. I can tell. It's definitely already dried. So it don't take long for them to dry. They dry pretty fast. So that's why we're going to all the dark demonstrations, because as I said before, there's no point in doing demonstrations using bright colors because these screens automatically have the ability to produce bright colors. Gray screens produce bright colors. You want to go with the contrast. The higher the color pop, the more contrast the screen is pulling in. And the reason why I chose to use the 1000 lumen projector, because I wanted something that wasn't going to be an overkill. I wanted something that was going to be the bare minimum. So I'll show you the projector right here. We'll back it up. You can see there's my Sony projector right there. See, it produces contrast levels, amazing contrast levels in a fully lit environment. Somebody, I was talking to a few people yesterday when I was showing off that screen. They're like, "Oh, okay, you guys went around and developed a gray screen." I was like, "Yeah, we did." It was like, what's this mean? That means that bottom line, anybody designs a gray screen paint mix or a projection screen, we are now sitting in your backyard with technology that's more advanced than what you have. This is easy. This is the easy stuff. I already know it's going to pull bright levels. This doesn't interest me. I need to see the dark levels. That's what I need. I already know it has that ability to do it. I'm more interested in black levels. That's what I'm more interested in. All right, let's get that ad out of the way because that's bugging me. Out of there. Can't order it yet. It's not available. It won't be available until next week. We still got more testing to do on it. So we got until next week to knock all these tests out. It's not available yet. We still have the outdoor test, which hasn't been done yet on a 1000 lumen projector. We have to hit this thing because the screen is a gray screen. We have to hit it with the 52 upstairs because we have to make sure the screen's not going to hotspot, and we have to do white levels on it. It has to be painted to an official screen size, which means these are just the test screens right here you're seeing right here, the play around screens. I already ordered a 100-inch. You have to see it on a full-scale model, like an official screen. So I ordered a 100-inch Elite screen coming in. That's going to be coded on that, so you can see it on it at 100 inches, the full scale. These little screens right here are just for demonstrations. That's all. So there's a lot of few tests we have to do. We haven't hit it with an ultra short though yet. So I got the Optima GT56 upstairs ready to go. We have to do that demonstration. So hopefully demonstrations that have to go. We've already done the demonstrations on the lower lumen projectors, as we did the 600 Sony, we did the 800 Mitsubishi, we did the 1000 lumen Sony right here. That's done. We did the demonstration already against, I keep saying we, it's only me. Ha ha ha. Anyway, we did the demonstration against how it stacks up against other high performance screens. Did that one live, did one on Facebook Live, and did another one here on pre-recorded and live. So there's a few more tests that have to be done. But since this thing does share a bit of 12's technology embedded, it should be a cakewalk. It'll breeze right through those tests with no problem whatsoever. Still got a little more to go. So right now we're just doing black levels because, as I said before, there's no point in me showing you off the screen's bright, vivid colors because I already know it can do that already. I have to show you contrast. That's what you're supposed to see. This is what I've been explaining when we're developing black technology. I was talking about gray screens. I said one of the gripes I have with them is the fact that they don't show contrast levels. Not a lot of contrast content It's all about those bright colors. I know the screen can produce bright colors. Let me see something that the screen is not supposed to do. Show me contrast. Never got the demonstration. Just like when we do these black screens, I have to be to show these screens produce white levels. No, we're selling the paint. We're selling the paint. No screens. We can't sell. No. That's very. If I was selling the screen, these things would cost a little bit more money than basically at the price to range that. A lot more money. I have to pay for overhead. I have to pay for shipping. When you start shipping out screens, you start dealing with freight. No, we basically have to show it on a larger scale, so you can get the full magnitude of the screen on an official size. Can't show you demonstrations on this and sell you a product. You have to see it on the official size. You see these giant screens I have in here? They started off on this little tiny sample here, and then they grew to these sizes right here. So you can see the screens on official sizes, how it's going to look. That's going to be a demonstration screen, but no, it's the paint. Now this technology will have a $20 difference, as I said before, due to the fact, like I said, it's two screens in one. It's rear technology and it's front technology at the same time. So, you know, we're going to do a rear projection screen pretty soon. I can't wait for the plexiglass to get here. I got to wait for the plexiglass to get here and my Canon to get here so I can start this. But you have to see this on rear projection. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Well, kind of like I said, we have customers. I myself, I like black technology. I'm always, and I said this before. Yeah, when it comes to contrast, there's nothing going to beat a black screen. Hands down, nothing going to beat it. But this kind of eases, for some people, they shy away from the black technology because maybe they might not be comfortable with it. Some people are all with it. They love it. You know what I mean? Some people love the nines. People love that. We have that platinum eclipse. That's a really, really dark screen. It almost can pass off for a black screen, but it's a dark gray. But then some people still want that traditional gray because that's what they're used to. And with this technology, you don't lose your contrast. And that's one of the things they don't like about the gray screens. They lose contrast. You don't want to lose that. You need that. That's what makes some colors pop. Let's go over to, let me see. I need to find some more darker contrast demonstrations. What do we got here? I guess we can pop this in here real quick. I mean, we'll throw this in here. All right. All right, two screens that'll fit in that category. We always do this always. Cinema Gray 5D certified screen, and the other one is the daylight screen. If you haven't heard of these before, I'm pretty sure you have. Right there, 0.8 gain. We always have to do these demonstrations. You have to read the skills anyway. There you go. The screen on the far end is the, I think, Paxel, I think from saying it right. That screen right there would cost you $5,000 for 100-inch. And the other screen on the other side is a Cinema Gray 5D, which would cost you somewhere in the price range of anywhere between $1,300 to $1,400. Now you see how the screens are coming up light gray when it comes to the black levels, because the screens are not producing contrast. Our screen is producing a heavy black level for a screen that is gray. That's what I was telling. That's what I kept saying in the demonstrations. If you're going to show off a screen paint mix or whatever it may be, or projection screen, professional screen, you have to do a demonstration against other gray screens. You have to. You have to see how yours stacks up against other gray screen. Doing a demonstration against a white screen is pointless. Like I said, anybody can go to Home Depot, get gray primer, throw it against a white screen. You're going to have an improvement just from that alone. You have to test it against another gray screen, and you have to do it in contrast, and you have to do it in color. Now see how the image right here in the background, see how the image on the Gray Cinema 5D, am I saying that right? The Cinema Gray 5D, make sure I said it right. You see how it's coming up gray? And look at the Paxton. Get a little closer on this. Paxton's, one thing I don't understand about these screens, they have something called the narrow viewing cone. Now I'm going to show you something really interesting about the narrow viewing cone. Those you don't know what narrow viewing cones are, those you do know, I'll show you. Now, I'm going to show you something really quick. Now, elites don't have that problem with the narrow viewing cone. Only the Paxtons have that issue. So what it is basically, if you turn your camera to, if you lean to the side, right? Your screens become, if I get this camera to adjust right, bring it down some. There we go. The screens can get dark on the edge. Back around. Alright, so this is what I'm going to show you right here. Now also to get dark on the edge, let's show you, this is what you have to see. Let's do a white. We're going to do a white screensaver. Oops. Typing. Alright. That should be, if I can get my mouse to pop up, that should be an all-white screensaver right there. Alright, so there we are. We're showing an all-white screensaver. Our technology, their technology, all-white screensaver. Alright. Always use my mouse here. We do this all the time. These are fun demonstrations. Alright. There you go. Our screen produces a higher red in different colors. Produces amazing white levels, like I said, higher reds, higher blues. Let's go back in. Same thing, we produce a higher blue. You know why? Because it's the contrast in the screen. The screen is producing contrast. That's why the colors are popping higher. Got a commercial in there. And we're gonna skip that. There we are, Starfield demonstration. This is on a, let me show you how dark this screen is compared to ours. That's how dark that screen is. Kind of like a, it looks like more like a kind of, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Sorry about that. If I didn't say hello, how you doing? Kind of like a kind of gunmetal, but they're not. Black Diamonds have the gunmetal screens. But that's just to show you right there. And keep in mind, those are screens that are literally going to cost you $500 and $1,500. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you one thing. I forgot to show you the good part. a minute. You forgot something there. Hold on. See? I need you to go back. I need you to go back. Back, please. Oh, come on. Don't start this nonsense today. Quit sticking tape on here. No excuse for it. Let me get this settled in right, because we have a little, the tape is a bit temperamental right now. So let me get this up here so it can stay a little better. Because I forgot to show you the funnest part of this all demonstration. Yeah, kind of see it, don't you? Now remember, I showed you the surface. I showed you how dark the surface was on their technology, right? They can't produce contrast. That black silver technology we developed basically can produce contrast. What do you mean, why they kind of sheen the surface? It's not sheen. Basically, when it comes to these particular screens, it's a reflective kind of technology. That's what they use. It's basically if you're jogging and you're seeing somebody wearing a jogging suit, your car hits it, and you can see the whole the person there. But when a person moves around, you really can't see it. It's a reflective kind of material they use it. When I was basically doing research on screen innovation, I noticed that particular screens had that particular kind of surface. Kind of, some people call it sheen, but it's a more of a reflective kind of surface. What has it? A few of them have that technology and a bit embedded into them. DMP Supernova has it. Infinity and Blade, they have it. The Darkstar 9 has it embedded. I've seen it in screen innovation screens. I've seen that kind of reflective kind of material. The Paxson, as you've seen right there, if I'm saying it incorrectly, to apologize. And the Darkstar 9. Usually it plays them on screens that are a little bit darker, that have that kind of reflective kind of surface to it. But the problem with the reflective surface, it can become a problem to ultra short throw and short throw projectors where the screen will come up black. I know for a fact that DMP Supernova has stated, when I've got sample sheets from them, that you can't use it with the short throw or ultra short throw, or the screen that becomes up dark. So that reflective material sometimes doesn't work. If there's too much light in the environment, that would affect the screen. If the screen's not interlined with the projector correctly, that could affect the screen. There's all kinds of stuff that can affect the screen if you're using a form of reflective surface. It's like when I try to explain to people, like if you're driving and you see a jogger and your headlights hit the jogger, you can see the jogger. If he's standing in your point of view, you can see the reflective material he has on that allows you to see that there's a jogger there. But if they turn to one side where that reflective surface is not being noticed by the lights of your car, you don't see them. Same thing with a projector. And it's the same thing, works the same way. So that's what I noticed. It's kind of a reflective surface that they have on there. Let me see. Let's go to now we're going to make the screens disappear. I'm going. So you're talking about $5,000 projection screen here for just a 100-inch, and $1,300 to $1,400 for a 100-inch screen. So if it costs you $5 grand, $4 to $5 grand for that screen for a 100-inch, how much do you think it would cost you for a 120-inch? Or maybe if you wanted to go 135, what would it cost you? Now remember I told you about the narrow viewing cone on a screen because of the reflective material? Look at it straight on. Now watch this. See how dark the image got? This is called a narrow viewing cone. Is where some screens have to be viewed right in the center. If you turn to the side, like here, they turn dark. This is why when you see me in my demonstrations walking around the house, showing you the screen from top to bottom, is to show you that the screen is not going to get dark. Now, if you had it in a dedicated theater room, it would be no problem because there's no one's going to be sitting on the side of the screen. But if you had this in your home where you're going to have people walking around the house and they're going to be viewing your screen, that may become a problem if you're standing right here and you're trying to look at the screen and it's dark. Now, as I start to turn, watch the image get brighter. There you go. And then I turn to the side. Called narrow viewing cone. Sometimes reflective materials do that. And we're not using any of the big boy projectors we usually use in these demonstrations. We're just using my Sony, you can see it right there, my Sony DPL CS4 projector SVGA. Sorry about that. This projector is 600 by 800 res, 720p at 1000 lumens. It was manufactured in 1999. So when someone tells you that you have to buy the latest, most expensive projector, you have to have 4K, you have this is blah, 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 you do not have to have that. If you want 4K, get 4K. It's up to you. But you don't have to have it. It's not the projector that plays out as a larger part of your home theater, it's your screen. You can have you got the top, most advanced projector on the face of the planet. If you don't have the proper screen to display it off, your projector is worthless. This projector right here, if you saw it on eBay, you wouldn't go near it. You would think it would be a piece of crap. Because, of course, you hit this with a white wall or a light gray screen or whatever, and it would come out looking like, ugh, this didn't full contrast. But on our technology, we can bring it right back to life. Yep, like I said, thank you so much for that. Yeah, you got to have a good screen, man. Without screen, that projector is not worth your time. Let's see if we can bring in. I'm hitting it right. I might be off a little bit here. Now we'll take it off the fish demonstration. I wanted to find that demonstration under, it's an 8K demonstration, that I like to have a lot of real beautiful animals on it. And that's what I wanted, but I can't see it too well because of my screen is all the way up there. I need to come out of this for a minute. Why am I so off on this one? I have to figure out where in the world. I don't know, every time I say where in the world, I feel like I'm saying Carmen, San Diego. All right, let me go over here. This is what I was looking for. Okay. I want to find something with... There we go. That's what I want. There we go. That's better. Yep, it has the same embedded. The only difference between this is because it is a rear form of technology. It does require to be sprayed on. You can't roll these on. It has to be sprayed on. It's front and rear. It's designed. It was actually originally designed to be put on glass, plexiglass, stuff like that. Decided to paint it on a front projection in a demonstration, and it came out like this. So. And we found that it has some very interesting abilities. Speaking of spiders, sorry about that, dude. I got a giant spider outside my house. I almost ran into. I got to go kill that thing today. Sorry, I just don't like spiders. They're just too big. This one's too big. It's about the size of a $50, a quarter, or whatever. But anyway, so I suggest we're going to put some instructions in there for painting. Now, when you're painting plexiglass, it's easy. It's just one light coat, second coat, you're done. After that, you can put on as many applications as you want. When you're doing a front projection, we advise you to prime the surface first with a form of dark gray primer, and then roll over this stuff. That's basically about it. Because it's designed to be put on glass. It was never developed for a front projection. That's why any screen you see me coat was already gray, was already this color, that color, and I coated right over top of it. So that's all it requires for you to do. That's all. And of course, we're gonna put a few instructions in there. Shake before using. You have to use it with a paint sprayer. That's basically about it. But other than that, it's one of the most interesting technologies we developed because the screen can produce a contrast level, very heavy contrast level. Let's put on some Tron. Let's see. That's why I said when I do demonstrations against these particular high performance screens versus our black technology, of course I know the black technology has to show that it can produce a high or bright enough level to be able to blend into that screen. That's proven the black technology is white level. But contrast wise, black technology compared to these screens would crush this with no problem. But with this technology, now we have a gray screen and a front and rear screen that can produce a contrast level that you won't lose, because that's the biggest fear people have when it comes to gray screens. They don't want to lose that contrast level. And this makes it up. Okay, let's come over here and let's get this off. Just for 1 minute, this stuff was falling off the screen. No, it just doesn't want to glue. All right. That's sole purpose is to give you more contrast. Let's go into a movie. I haven't done any movies on here. I like to do Tron because Tron has a dark color. But I saw something on some of the Tron demonstration that was really freaking dark. I liked it. Let's see if I can track that one down. Did I write that right? Make sure we ain't hitting something we're not supposed to hit, because I'm not trying to get. Oh, great goodness, not that. I may be bailing out of that one altogether. We all know what the outcome of that one will be. Nope. So we have that one. Let me see who this may be under. Oh, man, we're just hitting all the bad areas, aren't we? We're just hitting all the bad areas I don't want should be hitting. Let me see if we can grab one. Trying to find something that's not going to ridicule me in the process. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. See if I can find something here that somebody else uploaded besides that particular company. I don't want to run into any problems with that. Let's see what we got going on here. Who has this one? All right, I'll take this one right here. So I can get in trouble about me. 720p, all's only in 720p. Okie doke. It's only in 720p. Let's get that ad out of here too. We don't need that. Alright, let me see what's going on. Alright, there we go. So like I said, I already know the screen's going to be to do bright levels. That's a given. We need to show the contrast levels. Now the projector I'm using right now doesn't have contrast. No contrast rating whatsoever. And you have to look, you notice we have, with all the light, we have no light tannish around the screen. None of the black levels are faded. All the specifications for the technology, if you go to our website and you go look at any of the specifications, this has 12 technology embedded in it. So it basically carries some, everything pretty much 12s are designed to do, as in pretty much, but the only difference is the fact that because it is almost, it's an invisible formula, it requires for the surface, if you're using the front projection, to be primed first. If you're doing this for rear on plexiglass, it requires nothing, because that's what it was designed for. But if you're going to be doing this on front projection, if you notice, anytime I coated a screen, it was always another color, because it requires to be primed and it requires to be sprayed. And no way we can ever make this a roll-on application, because if we make it a roll-on application, it will destroy the other application for using it for rear. Go back here. Let's go to, let's see. Let's pull up Batman. Let's see Batman. Right. Keep forgetting I gotta get a new Batman movie coming out, so let's go there again. Let's see what we got going on here. We need a scene. I need a scene. That's what we need. I don't want the trailer. Let me bring one of them up. I want a really dark movie. I'm gonna have to set up an account for this computer. I don't have an account set up for this computer. Yes, let's stick that in the middle of the way, thank you. Come on, man, with the ads. Oh, no, that's what you're calling. We got closed caption on this one. And that's the reflection coming off the floor. So that's what you're getting from that. And there you go, people. Contrast off a black screen. I'm sorry. Contrast off of whatchamacallit. This is, well, actually, if you go on the website, yeah, if you click on any one of those screen paints, it will give you the specification of anything in there under 12. Will give you the specification of this technology to a certain degree. There are a few options this technology can do that 12s, 9s, and the Platinum Eclipse cannot do. Like I said, I can't give you much information on this because this hasn't even launched yet. This doesn't launch till next week. This will not be available till next week. We still have a lot more testing to go. So I already had the label design. We did the paint on formula, which I just did. We did the demonstrations against the high performance screens. I did that one twice. We still have the outside demonstration that has to be done. And then I have the larger screen, because I have to have it on a larger display than this, because you need to see it on a full scale, 100 inch, which I had that coming in on the 18th. I have to do a spray on application for plexiglass to show you how that's done. There's a whole lot more that has to be done. So that's why, so when you watch people doing demonstrations on screen paints, and they just show you the screen, the pretty colors and all that, and they say, okay, that's it. No, there's a lot more testing that has to be done, because when I have somebody come in and ask me questions like you're asking me right now, I have to be able to say, here's a link for that, here's a link for this, here's a link for that. You have to be able to see all that. So because we altered the color of the product, I had to come in and do another demonstration, another panel demonstration saying, look, it's still the same thing. It's just the colors altered to give the screen an interesting identity. But still, all that has to be done. I still have to do an outside demonstration, which weather looks pretty good, so we'll probably knock that one off today. And we'll knock that one off in the ultra short throw. And short throw, because over there in that box over there, I have an Epson short throw projector that came in yesterday. I didn't get a chance to unbox it. I think that's the 420W Epson short throw projector. So we'll test it on this screen right here. Now see how this is sitting on the floor? Once I get the other screen in here, the 100 inch, that's going to be mounted to the wall with LED lights, the whole 9 yards. We'll throw some speakers up there, you know what I mean, give it a home theater kind of setup upstairs. You know, I should do that too. I got enough screens down here to play with my Sony PS5. I think I'm going to set the upstairs up like a little theater room, or maybe like a living room setup. Well, that'd be freaking cool. I should do that and put cameras up there and everything. That would be freaking cool. Yep, okay. I got to buy me a sofa set. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it into a living room upstairs. All right, so hold on for a minute. Let's grab my mouse real quick. Just for a minute. Pause it right there. Cinema Gray 5D. Look at those black levels. Because we know the screen's going to be to produce brighter white levels. That's going to be possible. Easy. So that's what would happen if you were using that screen in this environment showing Batman. I told you that you have to be to test your gray technology against other gray technologies. This is how it's supposed to be done. It's going to produce, the thing about it, it's going to produce a bright color. It's going to happen because it's a light screen. What you want to see is contrast. So anybody who's showing off a gray screen should be showing you the contrast levels. You should see that. So see on his jacket where it's black, that's supposed to be black. That's supposed to be black. That's the reason why these screens are set up in ambient light controlled environments. The whole entire setup that you're watching that screen is being displayed in, all those lights and stuff are all being set up in that environment to stay away from the screen, to give it the illusion that the environment is well lit, when actually the screen is not taking on any of the light whatsoever in the environment. And then they use a very high power projector to make up for any of the loss that the screen can't produce. In our demonstrations, what we do is we take a low lumen projector of 1,000 lumens and we show you the demonstration in a fully lit environment. Like I said, if you're watching demonstrations on gray screens, they should be able to pull contrast. And not only pull contrast, they should be testing their technology against other darker screens or gray screens. I think I'm happy we did go into this field. Let me show you something really quick. Now, see how this is the black screen right here, right? Watch this. Now, this is my Chrissy. This is my big boy projector. This is a 720p projector right there. We also have another one up on the ceiling there too. I can't see my can't see at all, period. Here's the LG demonstration on the fish. So let me play that a few times. See this technology? This has never been tested outside. This stuff has been tested outside on a 1,000 lumen projector at around 12 feet back from the screen at around 7 o'clock in the evening and pulled an image without a problem. This is how we test our technology when it comes to ambient light rejection. Inside the house is nice, but outside is where the demonstration is stored at. So, you know, it just shows us when we do those demonstrations outside that this screen can pull up at 1,000 lumens. 4,000 lumen projector hitting this screen would make this screen look insane. Shows you the angle gain. That screen is supposed to pull up. Anywhere I move in the environment, that image is supposed to come up. No matter where I go in my house, that image should always pull up. Anywhere I move, you should be able to see it. This is why I move about the house. People say, what are you moving around the house for? Because it shows your screen doesn't have a narrow viewing angle. All right. Now that background is supposed to be straight black all the way around. That's what you're supposed to be seeing. Now if that's on 1,000 lumen projector, right? What would happen? Oh, wait, let me show you this. Let me show you this. Look at that. To the contrast level pull up, doesn't fade, doesn't wash out. It has 12 technology embedded in it that gives the ability to be able to pull a darker contrast level even though the screen is gray. All right, so let's take this out. We're going to swap out this projector, right? I'm going to swap out this one. We're going to bring in a 4,000 lumen Chrissy projector. So keep in mind, if you have, I got to bring in that 1,500. I got a 1,500 too. I got to bring in real quick too also. So we'll grab the Chrissy projector over here. I think Chrissy projector has sound activated. I'm not sure. So we'll grab this one right here. Let me see. I'm gonna be talking to Comcast today too. I'm gonna get a package that will allow me to stream, because I do a lot of streaming, to clear up the streams a little better, to make them a lot more sharper. So I'm gonna have to pay a little extra, but why not? You know, I do a lot of streaming, and I prefer to stream over to than do pre-recorded. I only do pre-recorded when I want you to see the clarity of the demonstration. But I prefer to stream live because You know, it just basically keeps people from saying, well, he's using smoke and mirrors. It's a shame people just don't want to accept it. I don't know why you would be so bothered by it. See, if I was charging you $900 a quart, then that'd be a different story. But I'm not. All right, let me see. Let me get we need a power cord in here to run this. I thought I had another one here. So we're going to be using the Christie right there. It's a Christie 4000 limited powerhouse right there. I like to keep showing that screen off because I can be in here fully lit environment and watch TV. I'm going to show you a demonstration. We're watching Saturday Night Live here. All lights on. Yep. Let's grab ourselves a power cord. Man, I'm feeling much better today, man. Last couple of days, I was really messed up. Really messed up. Rain doesn't seem to rain, and allergies, and woof. Everything else kicks off under the sun. God has me feeling much better today. Thank you, Lord. I don't know where I got these trash bags from, but I tell you something. You ever buy a trash bag that has a weird scent to it? It literally smells like a tire fire. And literally, I get trash bags in my house and walk around thinking the house is on fire. It's a trash bag. It's really sad, but got it for a cheap price, so can't complain. Contractor bags. I love contractor bags. You can throw anything in a contractor bag. You get broken pipe, throw it in a contractor bag. Them bags rarely rip. All right, so we're going to use 4,000 lumen Christie projector. That's my lens in there calibrating. Power up the Christie projector. Whew. There's Christie right there. Lens shift. I'm a lens shift on here, right? I keep forgetting the thing has lens shift. I can move it back and forth. Move it down some too. That's what I love about lens shift. I don't gotta keep taking a projector and moving up and moving down. Oh my goodness, I hate that. I love the lens shift. Just go in here, tap these buttons right here, boom, boom, boom. I can shift my screen. Oh, by the way, bad news. I told you I put a link up for those Christie projectors. I was telling people to go buy. That guy's sold out. And he's sold out. Those Christie projectors for going. I paid about, I wish I'd have bought two of them. I should have bought two. I have three of them, but I bought the other two from two different merchants. But I bought one. The one I bought for him was a 1080p. And I was trying to explain to people that those 1080p Christie projectors are crazy expensive. And the fact that he was selling them all for $229 to $218. That was a projector you should have jumped on. Those are called the top tier projectors, man. You got Christie, Ronco, Barcodes, a couple on their top tiers. Actually better than your Panasonics, better than your Sonys, better than your Optimas, all of them. Better than your JVCs. Yep, I'm talking about those are top tier projectors. Those Christies, they're very expensive. So I went in there today, I was trying to help a customer get a Christie projector, and the guy sold out. And the only ones they have on there now is between $600, $800, and $1,000. And that's for a used projector that was manufactured back in, I think, they stopped making in 2014 or 2012, 2014. If you try to get one brand new, then you're talking about a good maybe $5 or $6 grand. That's why I said when I saw that projector, I jumped on it. 1080p Christie? Oh yeah, the only regret I have, but I wish I should have bought two of them. So I'm gonna stay in contact with this guy and see if he has, that's my projector reflecting off the floor. I'm gonna stay in contact with this guy and see if he can get any more of those in, because man, if he gets any more of them in, I'll let you know. But if he does, I'm buying me 4 of them. Because those particular projectors, that 1080p model is expensive as I don't know what. Let me get this roll better. There we go. What would happen if we take, because everybody thinks the Christies do all the work. Hold on for a minute. Put you right here for a minute, right there. My projector over a little bit. I should be moving my screen over a little bit. That's what I should be doing. Half the screen and half the white wall. When I sit there and tell you that, bottom line, it's your screen plays the larger part. It doesn't make a difference how high powered your projector is. If you don't have the proper screen, you don't get the proper image. Let me see. Let's see for what. Okay. Hold on for a minute. I gotta read that real quick. Caught some of that, not all of that. Let me see. Ultra short though for a Chrissy. I mean, you got 3,500. You can get one. They're expensive projectors. I told you, they top tier projectors are very expensive. Okay, so keep in mind, if you got the Optima P1, it's supposed to be a 4K laser projector, right? Or if you got ViewSonic makes an ultra short though laser 4K projector. Dell makes one. Dell makes an ultra short though laser projector 4K. Those projectors for an ultra short though laser projector would cost you around like $3,100 or $3,500, right? Christie's are so top tier that a 1080p, mind you, 1080p, no laser, no 4K, would cost you $3,500 for one of their ultra short throws. If you wanted a Christie short throw projector, like I can go out and get a ViewSonic short throw. I can go out and get, any kind of projector and get it in a short throw, right? It's not going to cost me an arm and a leg if I get it in a short throw, right? But if you wanted to go out and get a Christie short throw projector, 60 grand. That's what it would cost you for that projector. $60,000 for this short throw version. Now, I got extremely lucky. What I mean by extremely lucky, I'll tell you how I got extremely lucky. All right. The projector, real quick. Just trying to grab something real quick right here. Let's grab something. I'm gonna grab this right here. That's good. So I got extremely lucky. I don't do these political ads, get on my nerves. Look at this screen right here. So I got extremely lucky. When I got my Christie, first I bought the first one, which is the one behind me. I got that one for around 230 bucks. That's the 1080p. That's the Christie LW, I think it's LW 420. Those are the 1080p version ones. All right. I got that one for around 230, so I bought that one. Should have bought two of them, but I only bought one. Then I turned around and I bought this one right here. I did an unboxing on that one. That is the LW 400. Now, when I unbox this projector, I love showing up the screen. Look at this, man. I got to show this up. Look at this. Night scene with the lights on. But anyway, when I unboxed the projector, I'm like, wait a minute. The lens looks funny. So the lens is bigger than the average lens that they have for these particular projectors. I just wanted it because it was black. So I unboxed it. I turned it on. It overlapped the entire environment. I was like, oh, shoot. This can't be what I think it is. Somebody, and whoever had this projector, the merchant who sold it to me, put a short throw lens in the projector. I paid $100 for the projector. The lens is worth $2 grand. So that blew my mind right there. Like, wow, like who does that? Who basically sells a projector for $100 with a short throw lens in it? That's a short throw lens sitting in this projector. So that's how I'm able to produce this image from here to here because I'm using a short throw Christie. Now, these lenses are interchangeable, which means you can pull them out and put it back in. It's not the NEC 1150s are easy to change out because all you got to do is just basically just hit a button, turn it, and pull it out. That's basically about it. These are different. You have to take apart the projector. And you have to go in. You have to actually install the lens into a chip because you're welcome into a chip because these are sometimes motorized. They click, they adjust automatically. So someone professionally installed that in. But keep in mind, I've done a demonstration of 720p Chrissy's versus 1080p Chrissy's on our black technology, and you couldn't tell one from the other. You couldn't tell one from the other. So like I said, this is a 720p running right now. That's a 720p running. This right here, this is another 720p. This is the Chrissy LX400. And this right here is the other Chrissy LW400. And this is the other one I have in the other room, which is the Chrissy LW420. This is the 1080p version. This one sits 18 feet back from my screen. This is where that one sits, at 18 feet back. So, yeah, if you want to do an ultra short throw in the Chrissy, they get crazy expensive. I was looking at one myself. I was looking at one for myself. So I think, you know, keep in mind, if they want $3,500 for a 1080p, can you imagine what a 4K laser would cost? That's freaking scary. But like I said, they're top tier projectors. They are. When one of the projectors I was looking at was the barcode. I really want a barcode so bad. I just want one. So anyway, I was looking at the barcode projector, and they were talking about, I was looking at the projector the guy was selling was for $250. So I'm thinking, okay, something's wrong here. The projector's way too cheap. Keep in mind that barcode as is for parts would cost you $400 to $500 for parts, right? So something's clearly wrong. So I go to check the lamp to see how much a lamp is going to cost me, because you can end up paying $200, $300 for a projector, and the lamp could cost you a couple grand to replace the lamp. So I checked the lamp. The cheapest one I could find was $450. That was the cheapest one I could find for that projector. All the rest of them were running at $1,500 and up. The filters to replace on those things are $200. To replace a filter, $200. So yeah. And then on top of that, you got to be really careful when you look at these projectors. What I usually do is I take a picture, I save it into a folder. Okay, I'm sorry. I got a twist on it. Am I saying that correctly? I've been saying it wrong all this time? All right, whatever. But anyway, I'm 52 years old. If I haven't got it right, then forget it. Just let it flow. Anyway, so those when I took a picture of the front of it looked kind of weird, and I cleaned up the pixels and everything, and found when I got a good look at it, you could see the screws in the back where they pulled the lens out, but they didn't tell you that they pulled the lens out. And that lens would have cost you thousands of dollars to replace. There's a customer I was talking to. He would have got his hands on a projector. I think they wanted $800 for it. It was a $60,000 projector, and the guy only wanted $800 for it. And he said the problem with the projector was it would cut off randomly. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't go near that with a 10-foot pole, because those parts alone would sell for $600 or $700. It's probably more wrong than that. And probably the parts to replace it would probably cost you way over $600 to replace it. So like I said, when you start getting to like $60,000, $70,000 projectors, parts cost a little more money. The model number on the black Chrissy is an LW400. That projector right there is 4,000 lumens. It's WXGA. This one over here, the LX, is XGA. But yeah, that right there is. You can get those right now. Now those you can buy. I've seen a few of them already on eBay. They go for about. I paid about $100. I paid $100 for that one, but they go for $125. Someone's got one on there right now for $100. They're selling one on there right now for $100. There's one going for $100 and another one going for $160 right now on eBay. All you gotta do is go to eBay and type in Chrissy projector. Type in the LW400. You will see one for $160 if it's still there, and you'll see another one going for $100. If I were you, grab it. Yep, grab it. Get that projector. It's a beautiful projector. On our technology, they're gorgeous on our technology. But I don't want people to think that, please understand, if you get the projector, you're not going to get the same image as I'm displaying, because it's being displayed on our technology. That's why. I'm going to get the short throw. Yeah, I'm going to get the short throw, just not now. Not now. Right now, I'm still saving up for a full Horizon projection screen, which I want to get. want a fluorescent screen. Yes, a fluorescent projection screen. That'll be next. See if we got anything else in here. What is going on with this? Campfire? Okay. There you go. I like to show the black levels on this stuff. All right. I'm gonna switch this up real quick. I can't switch up in here because I got. Oh fuck! I can run 2 bits. This is running off the computer. What am I doing? Let me show you something really cool on this screen right here. We're going to do, let me see. We're going to do window snowfall relaxing scene. All right. Here we go. Want to see something cool? There you go. Then come over. I should have did. I like to do not so much the snowfall. I like to do the Hawaiian set, the scenery with the bamboo windows. I like doing that one. That one I really like to do. That's one I keep playing. I run in the house all the time. See if I can find it. Far enough for the ceiling. Oh, my phone. Let me see if I can find that bamboo window. Oh, I love playing that demonstration. Bamboo window, relaxing window scenery. Story of my life is when I find something that I've seen like just about every day, and then when I want to find it to do a demonstration off of it, it's not there. I love that scenery. The window scenery, the bamboo. Oh man, I love that scenery. Why is it always been something I love? I cannot find it. All right. Window scenery relaxing. Let's see if we can dig it up through there. Yeah, we got one of them. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, they got a city one too. Yes. All right, you got to see these. I love these. So we'll take a. I love these right here. They got a new one. They have a city one. I saw the city one. I might bring this up a little bit so you guys can see the screen a little better. There we go. Yesterday I had the whales moving back and forth on the ceiling. That was fun. We got to do I think they got a city scenery too. We have to do that one. That's the commercial. We've got another screen here. We're gonna go back and forth. There we go. City view. Looking out the window. I don't like this. Okay, city view looks nice, but it doesn't look the same. These are just, I have these on, I have these running all day. All day, just something to check out. All right, let's look at this one right here. Let's check out this view right here. Mountain Lake. That looks pretty cool. So if I had some curtains around it, and I had this area looking like a, because some of the scenery moves. Outside, it actually moves. But if I had some curtains around it, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Had it set up like I was actually really up in the country somewhere, that would look pretty cool. But I think the best one I like is that one with the, this is my favorite one. This is my all-time favorite one. This is the one I like the most. All right, well, had a lot of fun. I am going to next demonstration when I come on because we got a nice day outside today. I'm going to be and I got order updates real quick. We got a few people ordered gallons in. So where are the gallon containers at? So we got two. We're actually going to start shipping out our gallons now in these containers right here. Let me show you. We're going back to these containers right here because doing 4 quarts into 2 bags, man, is freaking a headache. So we're going back to the gallon containers. I already went to the post office. I had them shipped over some medium-sized boxes. So now we just do the gallons to there. For right now, the new paint that we're developing, that one will not be available in gallons right away. We're actually going to keep that right now for probably about in a week after that. It'll be available in a gallon. But right now it's going to be 1 to 2 quarts. That's going to be available then. I'm tired. I need to get some rest. All right, so as soon as my deck dries and there's a new canopy that I put up, I can't wait to. This is a new canopy I put up. I'm supposed to put a screen up there. I'm gonna paint this with a screen, but I had to get around to doing it. It rained for the last couple of days, so I haven't had any time to go out there and do anything. But that's gonna be later on. I love watching movies out here. And now I got the new canopy up there. I'm already getting burnt by the sun. These are my collections. When I tell you that we do a lot of demonstrations on different form of high performance screens. This is my screen collection category. Yep, all my screens that I have in here. I told you to test my stuff on everything. You have to test it on everything you can get your hands on because you have to know. That lamp we're going to come in later on today. I'm going to replace the lamp on my Chrissy projector. That's the lamp right there for the projector I have in the front room. So I'm going to be doing that demonstration also too, so you can check it out. See how easy to replace the lamp. This one, on the other hand, that was something else, man, because for some reason I didn't have problems installing the lamp. It was just getting the freaking lamp. The first one wouldn't fit, which that got tossed. That was 30 bucks. The second one I paid $75 for, and FedEx lost it, but that is the lamp right in there that FedEx lost. I got it today, finally got it today. But I'd already went out and spent like 160 bucks already for the lamp that was supposed to go in here. And then the company I was dealing with gave me like 10 tracking numbers. So I thought I got scammed on that one. I'm thinking, oh crap. So I went and ordered another lamp. And then found out that one came in a day late. So I installed it in, went in perfectly. And now I got an extra lamp coming in, which will be going into this projector right here, which is the extra one coming in. And that lamp right there will be going into that one over there. And this one I got to go online because now this is going to be a projector I'm going to be using all the time. I don't know how low the lamp life is on that one. I got to go replace this one out next. Whew. Man, it's going to be a busy couple of days. And we still got to do the unboxing on the ultra short though over there. We got to do the unboxing on Epson ultra short though projector. All right. So we got a lot to do. So keep in mind, like I said, every time I open up this channel and do these live streams, there is always going to be something different. You're not going to be looking at the same stuff. You're not going to be looking at dark environments and pretty colors on a screen. No, things are going to be, we're going to do all kinds of interesting stuff. And we still have the acoustic screen to build. Since I got the sprayer coming in, so we can do the acoustic screen. We got a micro mesh screen to build. We got the DJ screen to put together. There's a whole lot of stuff we got to do. And then Halloween's coming up. I don't know what they're going to do Halloween since COVID, because they're saying no one's going out. So you'd be crazy to send your kids out on Halloween. I wouldn't do it. I don't even have kids, so I wouldn't. So you got to have that. It's just got to be that party you're going to have, unfortunately, poor kids. That party you're just going to have with your family members in your home. That's it. You know what I mean? But that's the way it should be anyway, because this decade in time, going out trick-or-treating is dangerous. At that point, you got to take little Bobby or little Janet down to the shooting range and teach them how to fire a gun, because, yeah, like I said, people are crazy. No way in the world would have my kids. When I was coming up, man, I was coming up. Not to go into a story, because I usually do, but, man, trick-or-treating when I was a kid was so freaking magical, man. It was magical. Them plastic masks that you could barely breathe and can probably see out of. Those you remember that era. Those plastic masks, the ones you had to put on with the rubber band with tie in the back or with the staple on each side. It was hard for you to breathe in them bad boys. You could barely breathe. Couldn't see. You were like a walking accident waiting to get hit by somebody's car. But, man, it was the most magical moment ever. Of course, you know, when you first started off, you had to go with your big brothers and stuff like that. And half the time, they didn't want to take you anywhere because they had parties to go to. But then when you reached that year, well, your mother said, you know, you're old enough. Go trick-or-treating on your own. Oh, that's when the adventure began. That's when you thought, you know what? I don't need a freaking trash bag. I'm going to grab me a pillowcase. The pillowcase didn't break. I'll tell you one thing I did when I was a kid. I was a little interesting kid. I put a half a brick in my pillowcase when I went basically trick-or-treating. Because somebody tried to snatch my bag, I'd knock you upside the head with that pillowcase with that brick in it. But, you know, you had bag snatchers, you know what I mean? You had people come out and snatch your bag. Yeah, you snatch my bag, it'd be the last thing you ever do. I had a bag snatched one year, lost my freaking candy, lost my bundle. I was so freaking ticked off, man. Went home, good thing my mom had a lot of leftover candy. But that year I went in the back and took a hammer, broke a piece of brick off and stuck it in a pillowcase. I never smacked anybody with it because nobody tried to take it. But boy, I was prepared, man. I was prepared. Nobody was taking my candy. But yeah, that was, if you remember that, that's when you got the full-size candy bars, full-size Snickers. You can get them little tiny little, man, I'm telling you, things were just so much better then. And it's funny because at that particular time, people thought Halloween was really, 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 really dangerous, you know? Now it's really, 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 really dangerous. Yeah, you know, you're okay, put it this way. You ever think about bobbing for apples? You ever think about the theory of bobbing for apples? It sounds like a real innocent thing, but actually you're sticking your head inside of a vat of water filled with apples bobbing up and down while people have their fluids flowing into a big, I don't even think about that. I gotta eat breakfast. Yeah, that's why I don't bob for apples. Nope. A lot of people don't think about that, but yeah. There you go. That's like fondue. Real quick, I gotta talk about a few things real quick. Fondue. Anyone's ever done fondue? I haven't. Yeah. Fondue is nasty. It's nasty. Because you got people, remember on Seinfeld, the double dip? Don't double dip. Yeah, people that will double dip. You take a dip and you end it. You don't bite it and then dip it back in again. You go to a fondue party, people are dipping it, biting up and dipping it back in. Oh, scalding hot cheese with metal pointy sticks. Yeah, that's where you want to go. That's where you want to go. And stab yourself in the tonsils and scald yourself at the same time. But I don't know. It was a thing at that time. Everybody was into the freaking fondue. It's weird at the end of these stories. I always saw some weird story at the end. All right. I'm going to get cracking, get some things done so I can get some things moved out of the way. And then I got to go feed my squirrels in a few minutes. Matter of fact, let me get that ready. You can watch me do that. So, we started off. Yeah, I hear you. Got all kinds of weird animals outside my house. So, it started off with me. What's this right here? Oh, my mask. It started off with me feeding one squirrel. I had one squirrel that would come up every day. He would climb across, bounce off that tree, come up every day. And I would feed him. I'll feed him a couple pieces of bread. A friend of mine, hold up a minute. A friend of mine was saying, well, stop feeding them bread because it's not good for the digestive system. It'll bloat them and make their stomachs hurt. So I went online, did some research, trying to find stuff that they would eat and they would like. And I found that the squirrels like this they like a mixture. So I got a mixture of peanuts, and a mixture of some bird food with corn and sunflower seeds. They love this stuff right here. So I mixed this together. So eventually, not only do I feed the squirrels now, but I feed a couple of interesting birds. I've seen blue jays, red robins, and some other birds I don't know nothing about because I'm not a bird watcher. I've seen an owl come in the backyard one time. That was freaking interesting. Woodpeckers, and not to say anything. I don't want people thinking that I'm saying this because I'm saying against this person. I've seen crows. We have crows out here. One of these days I'm going to show you. Around September, we get about 13, 14. They all sit along the side of the fence near the tennis court. And it's like, if you ever saw the movie called The Birds, it looks like that. Like they're waiting to attack. But you're thinking in 2020, that may be possible. But yeah, we got crows out here. We get them once in a while. At nighttime, we get bats, raccoons, foxes, possums, and skunks. So, woo, this is what it looks like. You see, you got a little bit of everything in there. It's got some peanuts in there. It's got corn and sunflower seeds. They love this. So everything comes in the yard now and eats, which is nice because, it gives me something to do when I go out. When COVID hit and my company was down for about a month, there was nothing to do in the morning, so I started feeding these animals. And it just became a point where now it's just something that I enjoy to do every morning when I get up. I go to Amazon, I order their food, and I go. Now, the person who will be getting this house, right now they take up the whole backyard because I don't even bother the backyard. They got the whole backyard. So the person that will be taking up this house, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build a nice little sanctuary, like a couple of houses. There's a water dish out there because they drink from the water dish when it gets hot. But I'm going to put a nice little fountain area in there where they can drink from the fountain, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to set up something really nice for them. Put a couple of cameras in there. And then when my godkids will be taking over this house with their mother, there'll be a section where the kids can go out there and they can feed the squirrels every day because they both have allergies. They can't have any cats or dogs. So this will give them something to do. They can go out there and they can feed the squirrels and stuff like that. And she can have the rest of the area for herself, for her little patio or whatever, her garden or whatever. And the kids can have that. So while the cameras are going to be installed, because I'm going to wire in a monitor system into their bedroom so they can see their little pets as they eat and do whatever stuff in there or whatever. And, I thought that'd be pretty cool to do before I leave. They eat a lot, too. So they only give them like a few peanuts in here. That's all they do. They give them a couple of peanuts in here, not a lot. Understand if you're watching my demonstrations, usually at the end of any demonstration, I always do something weird at the end. So, I want to share a little bit of my life. With peanuts. They love peanuts. Oh, they love freaking peanuts. Unfortunately, I can't have peanuts because I'm allergic to them. Not to touch them, can't eat them. And that's their mix right there. And I go out there and I feed them. Got 2 big bowls out there. I feed them in a big water dish for them. And they go out and they drink and everything. Pretty cool. Those are my pets. One day, I shall start my own squirrel army. And I shall take over the world. Yes. And people are like, you're absolutely nuts. Yes, I am. Funny. All right, people, I got to get out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'm going to start working on the specifications today for the screen paint, and you'll probably see it in the marketplace today, but the shopping cart is going to say out of stock because it's not going to be ready to launch yet until we finish the rest of the videos. I just want to get all this stuff done as fast as possible so we can get everything ready for next week. The launch date is going to be on Friday, so on Friday. That will be the launch date for the new paint. All right. Thank you all for your time. I have to go. Be safe out there, and God bless.